Hey guys, and welcome back to the Peteytown Piranhas, a college football 2016 builder dynasty. In this episode, we're going to start year 8 of the program, fresh off our first national championship, and we're going to try to defend it this season. And first, we're going to take a look at the team, then we're going to look at the schedule that we're going to be going up against, and then we're going to look at some recruits. And then after that, we're going to start with our first 3 games of the season. Coming into this season, the Piranhas are ranked number 2 in the country with a 96 team overall, a 94 offense, and a 99 defense. Our best player is 96 overall strong safety, Maurice Joy. For our depth chart, we're very excited to have Byron Talib take over the reins for Nate Myers. He's our sophomore elite dev quarterback, so we're excited to see what he can do. At halfback, there's been a bit of a switch here. Elijah Addison was our leading rusher last season because he had the better overall, but Theo Storm with his elite dev just took over that spot with a great offseason, so we're looking forward to having him there. But Elijah will come in on third down and power halfback situations. At fullback will be junior Jawan Cross. At wide receiver, you got John McKillop, Nick Marler, and Dwayne Mentor in the slot, with Andre Dumakeji coming in at spot situations. After his injury last season, we're very excited to have Alex Payne back to try to get another John Mackey Award. On our offensive line, from left to right, you got Jared Burden, then Mustafa Oke, and then Dylan Flemister, then you got Peyton McLean, and finally rounding it out is Moses Dillard. Our defensive line is going to be pretty interesting this season as we're going to have different guys in and out on different situations, but a main guy here is going to be Andre Bullitt off the edge, and then we're going to play around with other things, but Andre Okoye is going to be in for normal situations like 4-3 situations, things like that. And then defensive tackle, you got Walter Lyles, and in those situations, Garrison Temple will be in. But I'll get into the rushing defense in a little bit because that's where things get a little more interesting. At linebacker, we're going to have transfer Emmanuel Darkwa at the Sam. And then the Mike, we're going to have Benjamin Levine, who was making plays for us last year as well, but he takes over full-time for the departed Eric Gooden. And then on the will linebacker side, you got returning man Sean Leonhardt. As usual, we're pretty excited about our defensive backs as Zach McGarrigle has taken over the top spot at corner along with Cedric Stranad. And then Eddie Thierry will come in, but there's also a little wrinkle for our slot guy as well. At free safety will be Pat Missouri, and on the other side will be Maurice Joy, but Maurice is also going to serve as our slot cornerback, so in those situations, Zach Fowler will fill in at strong safety. At kicker, you got our senior, a man who's just put together a very nice career with us, Manuel Amador. And then at punter, you'll have Robert Farrell. Now, along that rushing defense, you have Andre Bullitt here coming off the edge, but then you go to the other side, and Garrison Temple is going to be here. And then for the rushing defensive tackles, you got 2 freshmen, Derek Burr and Ross Moore, and really want their athleticism there, and really they're our best options outside of Andre and Garrison, so really excited to bring these guys in. They come with high pedigree, and looking at the size of them coming in, I was like, I would really like for them to be defensive tackles, and I didn't even put them here. They were already here on the depth chart, so I didn't even have to make that change, so very excited about that. Here's how the schedule is looking for the Peteytown Piranhas after we've joined the SEC. We're going to start with a kickoff game against number 10 Michigan. Then we're going to host our rival Syracuse. And then our first SEC game will be against Auburn, who's become a real nemesis for us. Then we're going to travel to Missouri, and then travel again to Michigan State after we played them in a playoff game in the previous season. Then we're going to host Mississippi State, then travel to Florida and Georgia, and then we're going to host Oklahoma and travel to Texas. And we'll have a bye week, and then we'll host Notre Dame, and I wanted to bring them back because we've had some really exciting games against them, and this time we'll be hosting it instead of going there. And then we'll end the season by hosting number 1 Alabama. So we'll see where all these teams are ranked by the time we get to them, but at the current moment, Alabama's got the top spot. We got the makings of a very nice recruiting board so far, as we got some gems with Dante Latimer, who is a edge, and he's got some athleticism with 84 speed and acceleration, and then 83 power moves, so really like to see if we can get him. Then you move down to Trent Chick, a left guard gem, and you can see he's got some solid pass blocking and good abilities and everything, and a platinum row dog. Then you go over to Max Kiernan, who is a little less athletic, but he's still got good power moves and strength, and he's a pure power archetype. So I was intrigued by pure power guys. And then cornerback Jamal Lincoln, very athletic, and he's got 79 zone coverage. So want to see if we can get him. Then another gem is Ben Hemphill, a free safety who's very athletic as well, got solid coverage skills and some mental abilities. And then you move down to Harvey Talbot, who has a little bit of athleticism and pretty solid overall kind of guy. And then you got no more gems, so now we're going to go down to Cedric Carapatis, a quarterback, and you can see he's a 5-star and he's already got very good stats, so want to see if we can bring him in. Maybe, I don't know if he'll let us redshirt him as a 5-star, but just having him in the building would be nice. And another 5-star with Dorian Hare, who's got that athleticism and pretty solid zone coverage. Then another quarterback option is Lee Ohalede, and he's got 95 throw power, so very interesting with that. And in that range, usually those guys are pretty good. Forgot to move Pat McPherson over, but he's a halfback, and he's got very good athleticism, 94 speed, 93 acceleration. And the rest of the board is just 4-stars that have some kind of interest in us, so we'll see what we can do with this recruiting class. After advancing to the first week of the season, you can see that we're in pretty good position for some guys. Jamal Lincoln, we're still trying to catch up with him at first place, and then Harvey Talbot right there with UCLA, as well as Pat McPherson. You move down to some of the other guys. We're starting to get in these races, and they're really pushing their recruiting forward, so going to have some guys in top 5 pretty soon. And then you got some top spot guys here. Now it's time for the opening week kickoff game against the Michigan Wolverines and their 10th overall ranking and 94 overall, so should be a tough competitive matchup to see where the Piranhas are at this point. 3rd down and 2 for the Piranhas on our first drive. Byron Talib is going to drop back, throw it quickly, and we're going to have our new transfer Nick Marlar out there to make the catch. A couple short gains get us to 3rd down and 4. Byron Talib is going to take the snap. He's looking for something, and he has run out of time as they get in there for the sack. Tried to look to scramble, but they covered up that hole, and we're going to have to punt this one away. Handoff up the middle from Michigan on their first play, and they're going to get it past the 50-yard line. Handoff up the middle again, and Michigan is just slicing us up the middle right now. 3rd down and 7 for Michigan. They're with an empty formation here. Dropping back, we're bringing a blitz. It doesn't get home, but Benjamin Levine is going to secure that tackle before he crosses the marker. Michigan going for it on 4th down with an I formation look. And he's going to fake out of it, and he's going to toss the corner route, but we knock it away. What a nice coverage play out there, and we're going to turn them over on downs. So after we turn them over on downs on defense, our offense has a 3 and out, so Michigan is back out here, throwing it over the middle of the field, and they got a man open, and he's running away, but Maurice Joy finally brings him down at the 27-yard line. That's going to be a big chunk play from the Wolverines. We're going to blitz here, and they're going to throw it over the middle again, and it's going to be a completion again from the 10, but Michigan's got a fresh set of downs, and they are going to do a little play action, throw it over the middle, but it is intercepted. That's Andre Bullitt dropping back in coverage from his defensive end spot, and Michigan did not notice it, and he gets the interception in the red zone. So big stands by our defense deep in our territory have kept Michigan off the board. Byron Talib dropping back, and he throws it right by a defender's ear and gets the completion to Alex Payne. Byron Talib throws over the middle, and he's going to hit Elijah Addison with a nice strike for the 1st down. And Byron Talib's going to get hit before he can even try to hand it off to our running back, and that's going to count as a sack for the Wolverines. 3rd down and 10 for the Piranhas, 4 wide. Byron Talib is going to drop back. He's going to try a deep ball here. Coverage is there, and it is going to be a miraculous catch there from Nick Marler, and he's going to get it inside their 15-yard line. Fantastic catch by Marler, gets us here, and the Piranhas are threatening, and it's going to be a little pop pass to Alex Payne, and Talib just snuck that one by their defense, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go on the board first with a 7-0 lead. So a couple of great stops by our defense deep in our territory, allow our offense the time they needed to get their rhythm, and that is going to make it so we're in the lead. Michigan is going to gash us up the middle, and it takes a tremendous effort by Pat Missouri to bring him down. And off to the outside, Andre Bullitt making his impact felt again with a 5-yard loss. Michigan going to the side now. Their man stops on a hitch route, and he's going to get 12. Empty formation for the Wolverines on 3rd down and 3. And they are going to throw a quick one to their receiver, and he is going to just fight enough for it for the 1st down. Over the middle, it's going to be intercepted by Benjamin Levine this time, and he is going to return it just past the 50-yard line. So Michigan trying to make something happen there, but Benjamin Levine just steps right in front of that one to get the interception, and that's going to be the 2nd turnover of the game for the Peteytown Piranhas. 3rd down and 1 for the Piranhas. Byron Talib is going to have some options here, and he's going to elect to just give it up to Theo Storm, who has a nice gap to get the 1st down. A couple of incompletions lead to 3rd down and 10 for the Piranhas. We are going to go drop back. Byron Talib just throwing it out to a safety blanket over there, and that's going to be knocked back by 3 yards by Michigan. Manuel Amador is going to come out for the 53-yard field goal attempt, and he's going to put it up. And our reliable kicker remains so as he gets that one through, and we're going to go up 10-0 on Michigan. After our field goal, our defense is able to force Michigan off the field, so we're back here on offense. Byron Talib trying a deep ball, and he's going to get intercepted for the 1st time in his career. Trying to hit, looks like Dwayne Mentor on a little deep route there, but Michigan's guy made a nice play to undercut it, and now Michigan's really cooking with gas to try to get themselves on the board. After the interception, Michigan's on a 3rd down and 7 from the 32-yard line. And they are going to send a man in motion, and he's going to do a little return motion, and they're going to try a quick pass, but it's not going to go anywhere. Here's a 49-yard field goal attempt for Michigan, and they're going to send it. And he puts it through, so it's back to a touchdown deficit as it's 10-3 for the Piranhas. Just over a minute left for the Piranhas to work with here. Byron Talib is going to go down, and 2 guys are going to hit him down as that's Michigan's 3rd sack of the ball game. 3rd down and 14 for the Piranhas. Byron Talib handing off to Theo, and Theo's going to get around the edge and try a little juke move, but that's going to be all. And the Piranhas are going to punt this one away as the time clicks down on this 1st half, so this will be the last play. It's going to get a little return and be brought down, so we're still looking at a 10-3 ball game heading into the 2nd half. Michigan started with the ball in this 2nd half, but they quickly had a 3-and-out, so the Piranhas are out here for the 1st time in the half. Byron Talib throws it in the face of pressure and is going to hit Nick Marler for a 6-yard gain. Here's a little RPO out to Trevor Rotto when he gets past their defense and gets the 1st down. And we're going to get a pass, and it's going to be caught, and he escapes, and he's got nothing but green grass in front of him, and that is going to be a touchdown for the Piranhas. What a great individual effort. That's Andre Dimukeji, and he's the one who made a catch earlier. I thought it was Nick Marler, but it was Andre, and he makes another catch there, and this one goes for 6. And Andre Dimukeji's making his impact felt on that little RPO slant. Great individual effort on the broken tackle. And the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up by 2 touchdowns. Up the middle goes Michigan, and he jukes his way for the 1st down. And they're going to get a little RPO out there with a nice little strike from their quarterback. Third down and 1 for Michigan. We're crowding the line a little bit with our linebackers. And it is going to be a run, and he is going to not get there as we get in there. Pat Missouri coming down from his safety spot to make a nice tackle. And Theo Storm is going to get this one. He's got a little crease to run through, and Theo Storm is going to move the sticks. Throwing a little bubble out there, and it's going to get us good yardage as Andre Dumakeji makes another impact catch. Past the 50-yard line now are the Piranhas, and our offense is setting up here. Byron Talib throws it quickly, and it's going to be caught, and it's just before the first down marker. Nice catch for Nick Marler. Talib thrown out there to a wide-open Alex Payne, who they just ignored, and he's going to make a nice juke move, and that guy just was flailing all over the place on a nice move from Alex. Sending John McKillop in motion to the other side. We're going to hit Alex Payne. He's got some open space, and Alex Payne is going to get into the end zone for the Piranhas for the second time today. And the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 3 scores, and after his injury last season, we're definitely glad to have Alex Payne back out there. Up the middle, no, their man cuts back very nicely, and he's going to get a nice chunk play to start their drive. And he's going to get up the middle again as their offensive line is doing some work for him right now, and he's going to get it to the 50. Michigan trying to look for something, but he's not going to find anything but Andre Bullitt in his face, and Andre Okoye getting in there for the big sack. After that sack, it's third down and 14 for Michigan. They're dropping back. He's going to toss it out there, and it's overthrown and intercepted by Zach McGarrigle, and he's got some room to work with, and they finally catch him, and he's going to get us all the way to the 22-yard line. Just trying to make something happen is Michigan's quarterback, and he had a bunch of Piranhas over there to make a play on it. He sailed it, and Zach McGarrigle was there, and we are set up very nicely now. Already set up outside of their red zone. Theo Storm is going to go up the middle. He's going to make a little juke, and they finally bring him down at the 7-yard line. Byron Talib going to hand it off to Theo, and Theo Storm has to fight through a little tackle attempt, and he gets into the end zone, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 31-3 over the Michigan Wolverines. And he's going to go down again as Garrison Temple is back there making a big play. And that's our freshman Burr. I'm trying to remember his first name, but it's not coming to me at the moment right now. But I'll look it up. Derek Burr, there it is. They flashed on the screen for me. So Derek Burr and Garrison Temple both getting back there to help clean up that sack. Third down and 18 for the Wolverines. They're coming out in an I formation, and they're going to throw out of it. He's scrambling around and finds a guy on the outside, and he's going to get brought down after a short gain. Byron Talib throwing off the RPO slant, and he's going to get the first down. Throwing it out to Alex Payne, and nobody's there to cover him, and we burned them again on one of those kind of RPO plays, and he gets it all the way down to the 25-yard line. Inside the Michigan red zone here on second down. It's going to be a stretch for Elijah Addison, and he just can't get anywhere, and he's breaking tackles, but that's going to be a loss of 11 on the play. Third down and 16 for the Piranhas. We're just going to hand this one off to Theo, and he gets brought down from behind after a few yards. Emmanuel Amador is going to come out here to kick the 40-yard field goal. And he sends it up. And it is through, so the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 34-3, and with the score being what it is, I'm just going to let this one sim. I'll see you guys at the end. So our backups get a couple more interceptions on defense, and our offense just added another field goal to get us the 37-3 victory over Michigan to open our season, and just very happy with how our guys came out and performed today, and showing the nation that after our national championship win, we're ready to make another run at it and make a title defense. So looking at the stats, it doesn't look like it was a blowout with how close they were, but one key stat will jump out as to why this ended up being a blowout for us. But to start out with, we had 352 yards on offense to their 301, and we had 55 on the ground with a touchdown while they had 69. Passing-wise, we had 297 yards to their 232, while we were 3 of 10 on third down, and they were 2 of 11, so both offenses kind of struggling in that area. And the stat that points to the blowout is that we had just 1 turnover while we were able to force 5. In his starting debut, Byron Talib was solid with 286 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 1 pick. And he was sacked 3 times. And on the 1 pick, looking at the replay, the guy was in coverage on another receiver, and he tried to fit it to another receiver behind him. But just with where he was on the field, he just made a great play on the ball. So kind of give Byron a little pass on that one. Theo Storm was solid with 11 carries, 66 yards, and a touchdown. Like I said during the game, very nice to have Alex Payne back doing his thing with 10 catches, 111 yards, and 2 touchdowns, while Andre McKetchie had 3 for 64 and a touchdown, and Nick Marler in his first game with us had 3 for 63. On the tackle side of things, Zach Fowler came in and got 12 tackles. Defense managed to get 3 sacks today, as Enrique Moultrie got 1 with the backups, and then Andre Bullitt, Garrison Temple, Andre Okoye, and Derek Burr all had half a sack. 5 interceptions on the day for the boys, just incredible work by our guys just getting into the passing lanes. Andre Bullitt dropping back in coverage to get 1 was really cool. Then Benjamin Levine got 1 and Zach McGarrigle. And then with the backups, Jaden Morrison and Johnny Whitaker got 1 each. And Manuel Amador came in and got 3 for 3 on field goals with a long of 53. So got to do a little maneuvering here with Jamal Lincoln. We had to take some points off of other players to try to help him out, but right now we don't really have enough info for his hard sell, but we were able to free up the points to get him on a visit against Auburn in the next game. And last season didn't work out very well when we tried to do that, as we had a blowout against them, but if we're going to have any chance against Georgia and Alabama's Tier 5 pipelines, we got to do this. For left tackle Sergio Collinet, we're in first place for him, and we also have his hard sell. A little more complicated for Brendan Knight, as he's in 3rd place, and we're trying the double soft sell strategy. Now it's time for the latest addition in our rivalry against Syracuse. They lost their first game of the season and come in with a 76 overall, but can never underestimate a rivalry. To open the game, Syracuse got our offense off the field on a 3-and-out, so they're out here on offense. Dropping back to throw. He's going to throw to the edge, and it's going to be an interception. He fought for that one nicely. Maurice Joy making the big play for the Peteytown Piranhas on that one. Byron Talib dropping back. He's going to hit a man over the middle of the field, and it's going to be a 9-yard gain. Trevor Rotto on the catch. 3rd down and inches for the Piranhas. Heavy I formation. We're going to hand it off, and Elijah Addison is going to break a tackle. He almost lost it for himself, but he was able to get it back. 3rd down and 3 for the Piranhas from the 34-yard line. Byron Talib dropping back. They're sending a blitz, but our man just delivers a strike in the face of that blitz and gets us to the 21-yard line. Inside their 15, it's 3rd down and 3 for the Piranhas. And we are going to drop back. Byron Talib throwing one. It's a jump ball, but John McKillop comes down with it. What a difficult catch from our receiver there. Just outside the 5-yard line on 2nd down and goal for the Piranhas. Byron Talib looking. He's going to throw it, and he has his man open. That's going to be Alex Payne in the end zone. Very familiar sight for Piranhas fans to see Alex Payne in there. And we're going to go up 7-0. Throwing it over the middle, he has a man and he holds on to it despite the coverage from Benjamin Levine. Syracuse throwing it outside, but it's overthrown, and there's Maurice Joy again getting an interception. Can't quite break away for the pick 6, but Maurice Joy again, right place, right time, and he is going to set us up nicely at their 31-yard line. Talib throwing the slant, and that's going to be caught by Dwayne Mentor. Byron Talib looking, that's going to be Alex Payne on a crosser, and he's going to get the juke move, and he gets it into the end zone. So past couple of games, Alex Payne has shown us the little juke move that he's got, and it's led to some nice plays, and this time it leads to a touchdown, as Alex Payne is in there for the 2nd time in this ball game to go up 14-0. Syracuse with an outside handoff, and we are going to bring him down with Pat Missouri. 3rd down and 12 for Syracuse. And they're going to drop back, looking for something. We're chasing him down, and he's going to get brought down by Walter Lyles, who makes the sack. And Syracuse is going to get denied once again. Byron Talib on the pop pass, and he's going to hit Dwayne Mentor, and Dwayne Mentor is gone with his speed, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 3 scores as it's 21-0, and we are just all over the Syracuse Orange in this rivalry game. Trying to run up the middle, and he's going to navigate his way through and get it to the 38-yard line. Over the middle, they're going to get their crossing patterns to get some space to get 8 yards. 3rd down and 2 for the Syracuse Orange near midfield. They're going to drop back. We bring 4. He throws it over the middle, and he's going to get a nice gain. Maurice Joy has to bring him down. And they're going to try a reverse here, and that's going to go absolutely nowhere as Andre Okoye is there, as well as Garrison Temple. 3rd down and 16 for Syracuse. They're going to drop back. 4 rushers coming. He's going to throw over to his receiver, and he can't go anywhere thanks to Cedric Stranad. Syracuse going with the field goal here for a 41-yard try. And it is good, so Syracuse gets themselves on the board as it's 21-3. So after Syracuse's field goal, both offenses have a 3-and-out, so we're back out here on offense. And Byron Talib is letting Theo Storm get it, but he's going to be crunched down in the backfield. Throwing it to the outside, that's going to be Dwayne Mentor making the catch and fighting for a few extra yards for an 8-yard gain. 3rd down and 4 for the Piranhas. Byron Talib's dropping back, throwing it to the side, and he's going to find Nick Marler on the in route, and we're going to get the 1st down. Inside, and we're going to get John McKillop on the in route to get that 1st down. Syracuse really crowding the line here on the 2nd down and 2 play. And it's going to be a wildcat, and it's going to be handed off to Elijah Addison, who gets the 1st down. 3rd down and 10 for the Piranhas outside their red zone here. Byron Talib's going to drop back, and he's looking. He's going to float one, and it is going to be incomplete as he tried to fit it in between some defenders. Emmanuel Amador comes out for the 40-yard kick, and he is going to put it up. And he puts it through, so he continues his nice season, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 3 scores yet again. Throwing a pass here, and he fits it in, and he bounces off the tackle attempt, and he's going to get it to our side of the 50. Nice throw there, and try to get a nice coverage play, but their receiver makes a heck of a catch. Syracuse over the middle has the man open, and he is brought down, but not before the 1st down. Syracuse is scrambling, and Andre Okoye is going to get in there for the big sack as it's a 9-yard loss. 3rd down and 13 for Syracuse. They are dropping back, throwing it to the side, and he's going to catch it, but just be absolutely nowhere near the 1st down marker. Got to settle for the field goal on a 49-yard attempt here for the Orange. And he is going to put this kick up. And it looks good, and it is good, and Syracuse just claws their way back right where they were before this possession, before our field goal attempt, as it's 24-6. So Syracuse has a lot of work to do here in the 2nd half as they come out for the 1st possession, and they're going to drop back and throw it, and they're going to make the catch for 7 yards. 3rd down and 3 for Syracuse, sending their man in motion. He's going to do a little pump fake and throw it, and he is going to deliver a strike as we had a guy bearing down on him, and they're going to get it to the 46-yard line. Here's the reverse play again that they tried. I think they were trying to pass out of it, but it's not going to matter as Garrison Temple gets back there to make a huge loss. Pump fake, and he's going to throw it over the middle, and that's not going to work out as Benjamin Levine is there in the spot. He's going to come away with the interception, and that's going to be our 3rd one of the day, I believe, and we are going to set ourselves up very nicely. And we're going to just pitch it out to Elijah Addison, and he's going to make the catch and spin off a guy for a few extra yards. And we're going to do the pop pass. Alex Payne is there. He makes another juke move, and that's going to get him into the end zone for the 3rd time today as the Peteytown Piranhas get it up to 31-6. And we're just turning those interceptions into points in this game beautifully, and we're just firing on all cylinders. After our score, Syracuse is on a 3rd down and 11 here. And they are going to drop back. We send the blitz. He's going to throw it to the other side, and it's going to be yet another interception as Zach McGarrigle gets another one for himself. And we are going to set us up at the 34-yard line. 4 interceptions now by the Peteytown Piranhas. Zach McGarrigle with his second in 2 games, and just this pass coverage unit has been all over opposing QBs so far in the first 2 games. Talib going to hand it off outside. Theo Storm is going to get a nice play and get it inside their 15. Looked like it was an audible from Byron, so nice call by him. Throwing the bubble, and we got some space out there. Nick Marler trying to get to the side, and he's going to get a 9-yard gain. We're going to get it to Alex Payne, and guess who is going to get another touchdown in this game, as he's just living rent-free in the end zone today. And the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 38-6. 3rd down and 7 for Syracuse. They're going to drop back. We send the blitz, and it's going to get home as there's a fumble, and Syracuse recovers it. But it looks like Walter Lyles was the one to get in there to force that fumble, and we are going to get them off the field. Talib is going to throw it quickly off the RPO to get Dwayne Mentor. Handing it off here, Elijah Addison gets hit, but he pushes it forward for the 1st down. And we're going to get a nice pass out there on the bubble for 9 yards by Nick Marler. 3rd down and 1, heavy I formation here for the Piranhas. It's going to be run right up the middle, and Elijah Addison has got the room he needs thanks to the blocking. Talib's going to hit an out route there to Alex Payne. He's separating. Oh my God, another touchdown for Alex Payne. If I'm counting correctly, it's 5 on the game for him. Just a absolutely insane performance by our tight end. And we're going to go up 45-6. And at this point, I'm just going to let this one ride out, and I'll see you guys at the end of the game. So the Piranhas close out their 45-6 victory over Syracuse in the Big Apple Brawl. And just absolutely fantastic performance there from Alex Payne and the rest of the Piranhas to get this rivalry win. As you can imagine, with those 5 touchdown catches, Alex Payne set the Peteytown single-game receiving touchdowns record. Here are your stats in our blowout win against Syracuse. We had 377 yards to their 263, and we had 113 rushing yards to their 7. Passing yards were pretty close together as we had 264 while they had 256, and they were 5 of 14 on 3rd down while we were 6 of 10. Syracuse committed 4 turnovers while we had 1 turnover in garbage time with our backups. All Byron Talib really had to do today was find Alex Payne and let him go to work, but he ended up with 250 yards, 6 touchdowns, and no interceptions, and also no sacks. Not a lot going in the running game. Leon Brahms came in with the backups and had 2 carries for 50 yards, while Elijah Addison had 9 for 38. Alex Payne with a record-breaking day as he had 7 catches, 98 yards, and an incredible 5 touchdown receptions. Then you had Dwayne Mentor getting 6 for 84 and a touchdown. For tackles, 3 guys tied with 7 as Jaden Morrison, Carlos Sexton, and Maurice Joy got those. 3 sacks on the ball game, led by Walter Lyles with his 2 and Andre Okoye with 1. Maurice Joy getting himself 2 interceptions, while Benjamin Levine and Zach McGarrigle each had 1. And Walter Lyles ended up getting that forced fumble that we couldn't pick up, but nice pressure by him on that play. Manuel Amador did all we asked of him today as he hit his only field goal for 40 yards. Maurice Joy was your SEC Defensive Player of the Week for his 2 picks. And naturally, Alex Payne was the SEC Offensive Player of the Week with those 5 touchdowns. So Jamal Lincoln fell down another spot, so we really need this visit against Auburn to go well, both on the field for the team going forward, but also to try to get Jamal Lincoln. Quarterback Lee Ohalet is in 2nd place behind Michigan, so we got him on a Week 6 visit, and we got the double soft sell to try to give him some extra influence. For Corbin McNulty, he's in 1st place pretty solidly, and we got his hard sell. Same thing goes for right tackle Malcolm Incoom, as he's in 1st place, and we got him on his hard sell. And Sergio Collinet liked our hard sell, so that got him in a little more boost over Wisconsin. For strong safety Brendan Knight, things are a little more complicated, as we have him on a Week 6 visit now, and using the double soft sell, we were able to find his hard sell. And BJ Hart is another one where we're solidly in first place and we got his hard sell. It's time for our SEC opener against Auburn with their 96 overall and 2-0 record, and we have some history with them, as a few seasons ago we had a wild playoff win against them. Then last season they came in and smacked us around a little bit, so we're trying to get some revenge for that last outing. Up the middle now, they got the gap, but we hit him, but he does get the first down. Read option, and he is met by Benjamin Levine in the backfield. 3rd down and 12 for Auburn as they're in an empty formation here. They're going to drop back, and they're going to throw it, and they fit it in there to their receiver right between our defenders, and they're going to get it to the 50-yard line. Read option again, and this time we're not on top of it, and he's eventually going to get hit right before the marker. Running back is going to get some space, and he's going to get out of there, and he is going to get all the way inside of our 10 to the 7-yard line. Nice run there, nice vision from their back in a crowd. From the 5, it's a double stack formation for Auburn, and they are going to throw a screen out of it, and they are around there. They get the block they need, and he just runs around the edge, and Auburn is going to take this early 7-0 lead. Byron is going to hit a low throw there, but he goes down to get it. Nice catch there by Nick Marler, but there is a flag on the play, and it's going to be illegal touching on Nick, so that one's going to come back. So penalty wipes out the play and adds a down, so we're here on 3rd down and 9. Byron Talib looking for something. He's going to toss it, and it's going to be a nice catch there for Alex Payne to keep our drive moving. Here's a fake. Byron Talib's going to hit our back out of there, and he's going to get enough for the first down. Nice job there by the Piranhas and Theo Storm. Byron's throwing this one to the outside, and it's going to be caught and advanced nicely by John McKillop. Tossing it out to Alex Payne. He's got the blocking he needs, and he's going to get it just to their 20-yard line. 3rd down and 5 for the Piranhas. Byron Talib is going to take the snap, throw the quick slant, and it is caught there nicely, and we're going to get the first down thanks to Dwayne Mentor. First down and goal from the 5 here for the Peteytown Piranhas. Trevor Rotto going in motion. We're going to hit him, and we are going to get the touchdown nicely off the RPO play. And Trevor Rotto is in the end zone, and we're going to tie up this ball game. Auburn going to go with the screen. Their running back has to gather himself after that, but he gets the blocking he needs downfield to give him plenty of time to get that play. Some pressure. He's going to try throwing it outside as receiver makes the catch and breaks a tackle, and we have to come up with 2 guys to take him down. Swinging it out to their man, and he's going to get around the block, and he's going to get a solid 9 yards out of that. Up the middle, and this time he's met by Benjamin Levine, who's going to wrestle him down for a loss. 3rd down and 3 for Auburn. Double stack again for them. They're going to go with a pass, looking for their man. He had a nice route out there outside of the numbers, and they're going to get the first down. Quarterback stepping up, and this time we're going to pick him off nicely. That is a play our defense really needed. Benjamin Levine provides it there, and he's got himself another interception on this season. And we finally get Auburn off the field after it looks like they were just going to drive for another score. Our guy Benjamin Levine makes the big play. Byron Talib looking around now. He's going to take off with his speed, and he is not going to slide, but he's going to get us a nice first down play there. On the hitch route, we're going to get John McKillop, gets us closer to the marker. 3rd down and 1 for the Piranhas. Going to go with the handoff, and we are going to get through there. Nice block in. Theo Storm just following it there, and he's a little banged up after that play. Byron is going to find our man, and he's going to get that nice catch. Nick Marler there, just off the motion. He just fit it right where it needed to be. And we're going to hit Trevor Rotto. He's going to get around the edge, and Trevor Rotto is in for his second touchdown of the game. So last week it was Alex Payne doing the damage. This week Trevor Rotto is getting us into the end zone, and it's going to be 14-7 over Auburn. Ran that same RPO play. We got him on a touchdown on the last drive, just to the other side, so roles were a little reverse, and Trevor Rotto takes full advantage. So after our touchdown, both offenses get sent off the field, so Auburn's out here again, and they're starting with a handoff. He's going to jump over a man on the ground, and we're going to hit him down after 8 yards. Another handoff for their back, and he's just going to get the first down. Auburn over the middle, and he's going to just get past his way for 9 yards. Running back to the outside, and we shoot the gap nicely. Benjamin Levine gets back there. He's been active around the tackles today. 3rd down and 5 for Auburn, sending a man in motion, faking it to him and trying a handoff, and we were not fooled on that one. Byron's going to throw it out there and get it to Elijah Addison, who's got some space to get the first down. Byron floats it out to Alex Payne, and he found the open space to get the first down again. Byron throwing this one out to Alex Payne, and he takes a big hit to get it to the 49-yard line and a first down. 3rd down and 2 for the Piranhas. 32 seconds left in the half with 1 timeout in their pocket. Byron Talib is going to drop back. No, he's going to do a draw right up the middle and slide down. A cheeky little play call there. 4 receivers to the left on this formation. Byron Talib is going to throw over there, and he's going to hit Elijah Addison and gets it to the 28. Nice execution by the Piranhas to set up this field goal attempt for Manuel Amador, and he's going to send it up, and he's going to put it through. So going into halftime, we've got a 10-point lead over the Auburn Tigers. 3rd down and 2 for the Piranhas. Heavy I formation. We're going to hand it off. Elijah Addison is going to squeeze through, and he tries a spin but gets hit sticked, but we get the last laugh with the first down. Handing it off. Elijah Addison's got a nice hole there, and he's going to push it past the sticks. Byron is going to hit Alex Payne very quickly out of that, and we're going to get another first down. Byron throws a strike off a slant for John McKillop for 9 yards. And out to Alex Payne, who's open, and he's going to push it past there to get to the 27. Byron Talib looking to throw here. He's going to throw one, and it is caught, and Dwayne Mentor just beat that man, and he is going to get into the end zone. Dwayne Mentor just using his speed to get himself open, and Byron Talib threw a strike to him, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 24-7. Hand off to the outside, and we're going to shoot that gap again for a big tackle for a loss from Emmanuel Darkwa. 3rd down and 12 here for Auburn. They're dropping back, and he's going to try to fire one, and it is caught in front of our defender, and Benjamin Levine somehow is going to drag him down. He had a lot of space to work with, but thankfully Benjamin just ran him down, but that receiver made a really nice catch in front of our defender there, and they're going to get a huge play. Huge pass play gets Auburn inside of our 30-yard line, and they are going to drop back. And he's going to try the screen pass, but we bottled it up very nicely. We've had some struggles with the screen, but that time it goes for a 7-yard loss. Another screen attempt here, and it's not going to work again as he gets absolutely lifted out there. 3rd down and 23 for Auburn. They're looking. He's throwing it over the middle, and he gets by us a little bit, but it's a 13-yard gain short of the first down. Trying to make it a 2-touchdown game now with a field goal attempt here. It's going to be a 47-yard kick, and he is going to put it through, and they are going to get that 2-score deficit as it's 24-10. After Auburn gets their field goal, they get our offense off the field on a 3-and-out, so they're taking over here, and they're going to get an in route, and they're going to get the first down. Auburn feeling some good momentum right now, and they are going to send their man in motion. He goes to the other side of this formation. Oh, he's going to return. And they're going to throw it out to him, and no blocking there means that we're going to get him back there for a loss thanks to Eddie Thierry. 3rd down and 10 for Auburn from the 41-yard line. They are going to drop back, and he gets around the pressure initially, but we hit him before we can get rid of the ball. They're going to try a 58-yard field goal here. Their kicker is going to put this one up, and it is through, so very impressive kick there by their guy, and Auburn is going to make it a 24-13 ball game. Our offense is in a little bit of a struggle mode right now as we had another 3 and out, so Auburn's back out here, and they're going to drop back. And we are going to get in the pressure, and it's going to bring them down as our guy Garrison Temple and friends get in there for the sack. Sack puts them on 3rd down and 18 here. And Auburn is going to send a man in motion. And he's going to drop back, 4-man rush. He's going to throw it outside, and we make the solid tackle. Don't really make the tackle, but we force him out of bounds. Byron Talib throws it out to John McKillop, and he is able to get us 9 yards. Throwing it out to Alex Payne, and he is past that 1st down marker. Byron floating one over the middle into the open space, and we're able to catch that one with Dwayne Mentor. Throwing it over the middle, Alex Payne makes the catch and shrugs off a defender for a 9-yard gain. Throwing the bubble here, we're going to get enough with John McKillop. 3rd down and 5 for the Piranhas just inside their 30-yard line. Byron is looking. He's going to throw one, and it is going to be intercepted by Auburn. And he tried to hit a big play there for Alex Payne, but Auburn was ready for it, and they're going to make the interception. After the Byron Talib interception, it's 3rd down and 5 for Auburn. He's going to send his man in motion. And he is going to hand off to his back, and this time we weren't ready for it, and he's going to gash us for a big play. And we're bringing the pressure in, and it gets in again as Garrison Temple gets in there for the sack and setting their quarterback and team back 8 yards, and that is 20 sacks for Garrison Temple. Outside run, he's going to find the lane he needs to get that yardage back, 10-yard gain. 3rd down and 8 for the Auburn Tigers. Big play here with the time ticking down. And they are going to throw it over the middle, and we're going to stop him nicely there. Auburn hurrying to the line here, 4th down and 3. And they are going to drop back over the middle, and it's caught right there. We were right there on the coverage, but the ball just stuck to his hands like glue. Auburn throwing it, and we're going to get the interception. And do we have a lane? No, but Zach McGarrigle steps up nicely. They try to throw a curl route on him, and he read it like a book and just stepped in front of that pass to get the interception. So both quarterbacks trading interceptions here, but ours is huge because it allows us to have the ball on their 25-yard line and really try to help us seal this one now. A couple of Elijah Addison runs make it a 3rd and 4, and Auburn's had to use 2 of their timeouts. Byron Talib looking to throw, and he's going to toss one, and it's going to be incomplete, so that stops the clock. After that incompletion, Petey Previtt is not satisfied with going up 2 touchdowns. He wants to try to end it here, and he's going to throw it, and we're going to get the catch. What a great play there. Risky, really, but as long as we executed it, it looks like a genius move there from Petey Previtt, and that's going to put us on a 1st and goal. 3rd down and goal here for the Piranhas on the 1-yard line of Auburn. Byron Talib setting up, and he's going to hand it off, and Elijah Addison just gets an easy touchdown carry there, and the Peteytown Piranhas are going to go up 31-13 over the Auburn Tigers. Throwing it high, and it is going to be another interception for Zach McGarrigle, and that is going to seal this victory up for the Peteytown Piranhas. Zach McGarrigle, 2 interceptions on late possessions from Auburn, and we are going to get out of here with a big W over the Tigers and a little bit of revenge. The Peteytown Piranhas seal up that 31-13 victory over the Auburn Tigers, getting that big revenge we wanted from last season's debacle, and just very proud of the team for how they've started this season, really, and for getting this big win against Auburn in our first SEC game as a program. Looking at these numbers against Auburn, we outgained them 374 to 268. and the running games were pretty identical, as we had 72 yards and a touchdown, and they had 73 yards. Through the air, we managed 302 yards while they had 195, and they were 5 of 11 on third down while we were 6 of 11. And like our first two games, we won the turnover battle as we forced them into 3 while we only had 1. Byron Talib really had a nice day today with 302 yards and 3 touchdowns. He did have that 1 interception late. I saw he was trying to throw a very tight window throw. It was a little open for Alex Payne, but instead of trying a little floating pass, he tried to beam it to him. So a little bit of a decision there from Byron. That wasn't the best one, but he played so well throughout the rest of the game, I think we can forgive him for that. Not a whole lot in the running game, especially with Theo Storm getting dinged up early, but Elijah Addison filled in pretty well with 9 carries, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Alex Payne led us with 11 catches and 77 yards, while John McKillop had 7 for 61, and Dwayne Mentor had 7 for 55 and a touchdown. And then Trevor Rotto was the guy finishing off things, especially early in the game, as he had 4 catches, 31 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Benjamin Levine was all over the field today as he had 11 tackles and 3 for a loss. We managed 2 sacks on the game, with Garrison Temple getting 1.5 and Derek Burr getting half a sack. Zach McGarrigle was huge for us, especially late in the game, as he got those 2 interceptions on back-to-back possessions to really squash any hope that Auburn had, and Benjamin Levine got that other interception that helped lead to a score for us. And Manuel Amador hit his only field goal, a 45-yarder. Very happy with how the Peteytown Piranhas have started this season, looking really good. Looking forward to next episode. We're going to have Missouri, then we're going to travel to number 3 Michigan State, and then we're going to host Mississippi State. I'll see you guys in the next video.